Nigeria has marked 27 years of unbroken democratic governance. But critics say democracy has served elites' circulation, not broad-based empowerment. Voter turnout is at record lows. Corruption persists. Ordinary Nigerians face insecurity and economic hardship. These issues are visible in APC primary complaints. Aspirants allege imposition, manipulated delegate lists, and controversial consensus arrangements. In Lagos, Zamfara, and Gombe, there have been protests and threats of litigation. Critics say powerful figures hijack the exercise. Observers warn the patterns undermine internal democracy. Without genuine reform, they risk deepening divisions and fueling public cynicism. The true measure of democracy lies not just in survival, but in delivering equity, accountability, and prosperity for ordinary Nigerians. Our guest this morning is a businessman, politician, and APC chieftain, Senator Ayo Arise. The former Ekiti North Senator joins us to review Nigeria's 27 years of democratic experience and other major political issues in the land. Good morning, distinguished Senator Ayo Arise. Good to have you join us on the morning show today.
Good morning, Steve.
How have you been, sir?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Nice to be here.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's start the interview with two questions. First, I would like you to look at the speech, the Democracy Day speech by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and dissect it, assess it as to the hope that you think that it conveys to Nigerians regarding the importance of 27 years of unbroken democracy, and of course a day that we are celebrating not just Democracy Day, but of course the person of MK Abiola. And secondly, I would like you to look at the issue of internal democracy. In 27 years, how will you say that internal democracy has defined the type of democracy that we have today, given that you sought to return to the Senate, but internal politics at the just concluded primary elections denied you? Are you satisfied with what has happened? And do you think that that is what is defining internal democracy across board in Nigeria today?
Thank you very much, Steve. The speech of, or the Democracy Day speech of Mr. President, in every ramification, deserves an A+ grading. Not that it's covered everything, or that it has satisfied everybody, but it struck the chord, in every way possible. And the attention to Chief MK Abiola, it's very well deserved. It sort of woke us up in Nigeria, to the fact that, yes, we are one nation, and it doesn't matter whether it's religion or ethnicity, that we can decide to define ourselves and define our future. And that was very well displayed during the election of Chief MKO Abiola that was later aborted, and that resulted in all the protests. And invariably, unfortunately, we lost him, after incarceration and in his attempt to actually reclaim his mandate. I looked at the speech. It's a speech of encouragement to Nigerians, and it's a speech of reality to let us know that things just don't happen as quickly as we expect. A number of individuals, even trying to build a house, will know that it doesn't happen in 6 months. Some houses will take 1 year, 2 years, and all that, depending on a lot of challenges that could come up along the line. But in terms of laying a foundation for an enduring democracy, I think the president actually did very well, to showcase some of his achievements and some of the things that he has planned for the growth and development of this country. I think most of the challenges will now be left to us on how we decide, to embrace the good sides of this and not introduce all these negative things that we still keep on experiencing in terms of the choice of who represents our people and the real practice of democracy as it should be. As far as I'm concerned, Mr. President challenged many of us, and I'm one of those who have been his fan, and I think he has not disappointed in any way. That's my short intro on that. And now when we look at the other side of the question, when we talk about internal democracy, it's still a very big challenge. It's one thing for us to have a constitution. It's another thing for people to try to circumvent, the constitution or the guidelines for any election. That was demonstrated in no small measure, when I tried to come back through the primaries, because I knew what was in the pipeline. So I went into it to prove a point. It would be a shame if some of us pass through this country and we do not have a voice to correct the anomalies and let people know that if you want to practice democracy, let us practice it. If we do not want it, it's a different kettle of fish altogether. The experience that I got during the primaries, I really do not want to overbeat that, because I believe the chairman of the party has spoken with Mr. President, and I think they are looking at all the challenges, and I'm sure those of us who worked and who won our elections will be given our mandates in due course. So for me, I don't know. I've not been talking to, I'm not lobbying, but I put the facts on the table. I have presented to those people reviewing the election. So I believe we have good men in the of affairs in this country, and they will do what is right. And moving forward, we should put some guidelines in place to ensure that people do not misunderstand democracy to mean a person in power to be appointing people to different places. We want to showcase the best in our country, and we want to show that we understand what democracy is all about. We want to see who are the people that the community people or those voters really want to represent them. And so I will say there will be some changes, and this practice is a learning process. And I believe things will continue to improve as we move on. There are so many things that have improved in the past 27 years in terms of the electoral process. So we have to give kudos to those that have fine-tuned some of the processes, and as we discover problems, people respond to them. And I believe more than anybody else, our president has been very proactive in terms of facing some of these challenges and working on it and ensuring that corrections are made, before too late. And so as far as the internal democracy within parties is concerned, we still have quite a distance to cover. But I believe that we'll continue to improve on a daily or quarterly or yearly basis. And of course, our constitution, which has been tinkled a little bit now, the federalism is going to start taking its root In fact, it has started very well under this president.
Senator Ayarashev, can I come in here, please?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I just want to ask.
Yes, please. Is this?
This is Adesu Agiosage. Thank you, sir.
This is Adesua. Okay, how are you?
Nice to speak with you, sir. I want to ask because you originally became a member of the Senate in 2007, I believe, nearly 20 years ago, and you recently tried to return to the Senate. Is democracy in Nigeria working as it should? Are regular citizens getting the dividends of democracy, or are we watching the elite class pass the baton between each other? Some people now argue that the Senate has become a retirement home for ex-governors, and it seems that Nigerians are seeing the same names and the same family names recycled since we came back to democracy in 1999.
Well, the issue of the governance is still a major problem in terms of even attempting to go to the Senate. Even when you are not contesting or competing against them, if you are not their favored candidate, the chances of you making it is a little bit very challenging. But why is it so? It's because governance and political office in Nigeria has been now looked at as a source of building incredible wealth, rather than industrialists or people who use their brain to develop so many things that makes life very easy for people. And those are the ones that we know that are successful, that are trillionaires in the world, billionaires all over. But in Nigeria, it's a different case. When a person becomes a governor, somehow, the money coming for the Commonwealth, that should be used for everybody, a sizable part of it is actually cornered and annexed, by those people. So for you to want to unseat a governor who wants to go to the Senate it's a very difficult task. And that's because the quantum of money that they have at their disposal, which is actually the public money, is very worrisome. So I do not know how we're going to get that one off unless people are able to work very hard and become wealthy, be able to face them squarely on the field. Otherwise, apart from the fact that there is something they now call system, I've never heard of that in any democratic setting. They say system has captured this one, is the one going. System has captured that, or that. So there are so many things that that we need to begin to correct. But as far as the governors are concerned, it's a retirement home for them, and and you can't blame them anyway, because once you're a politician, you do not want to retire, and there is really no reason, particularly if you have done well, and your people say yes, we still want you in higher office. But the question is, how well? Those are the things that can become a topic for discussion. But as it is today, I think that is one angle that we need to continue to work on and ensure that we continue to fine-tune our constitution. You can't ban governors from coming to the Senate, but there might be ways that there will be transparency in terms of the primaries, in terms of the electoral process. And so we have seen individuals that have defeated governors for Senate seats in the past. And we hope that, yes, such opportunity will still avail itself once there is a reliable and credible process. But, again, there is no way one can blame any president for such, because if you hold the state money, you cannot be supervising them. They have to supervise themselves. They are the governor. They are the chief executive for the state. But the question is, the people must begin to ask, how much are we making in a month? So what is being spent on infrastructure? What is being spent on advert? What is being spent on so many other things that people should be able to be bold enough to challenge people they put in power and say, please, we need accountability. And these days now, we are seeing so many states doing very well. So it's easy for people to stand up and say, Mr. Governor, this is what is happening with my neighbors. They have roads, they have this, they have everything. So a governor that does not perform, that goes there to just sit on the money and digital contracts that many of them might, might end up not being done, those people will have to be challenged. And when they leave office, there is that opportunity, that immunity that they have when they're in government and when they're the governor or chief executive of the state does not, it expires the moment their seat or their official seat expires. So these are so many things that we can, there are still areas of improvement every day. Yes.
Senator Ayarishe, you said something very pivotal. When the governor has not done very well, he should be challenged. But now my question is, challenged by who? Are you speaking about what could be, or the things you speak of, represent a very utopian society? Are you speaking in terms of the society that Nigeria could be, where leaders are held accountable for what they have done within the period while they had the capacity and the power and the mandates to do so? They are then held accountable for what they have done. Are you speaking about these solutions, right, and possibilities as what is our reality, or what we should look forward to? And if you're saying this is what we should look forward to, if somebody doesn't do so well, they should be challenged. What does that say? What does our current political landscape in terms of what to look forward to in the elections, what does it say about the reality of that happening if we have the same set of people who have been making the decisions, managing our resources, still running for power? It's almost as if we're looking up like to a Nigeria that is almost non-existent.
Well, again, I share some of your concern. The situation is such that as we have so many economic policies that Mr. President is implementing, we're hoping that many people will take advantage of that and build wealth for themselves and not rely or depend on government appointment. The major problem is that the biggest employer in any state is the government. And many of the people now depend on them to live, to have a livelihood, because apart from the civil servants, there are so many political appointees that everybody wants to jostle for one appointment or the other. And because of that, a sitting governor has a kind of hold on those public opinion molders. And so as long as that subsists, there will still be problem of the fact that nobody can actually stand up and ask questions, from the government. I've had many people come on this show saying that, yes, most of the money that we benefited or that we have made post-subsidy is now being passed down to the governors so that they can improve, the welfare, the lifestyle, the infrastructure of their respective states. And they are not saying the result of this. They are not seeing it in the development of the people. So as we continue to improve, this might be some of the targets that we set for ourselves as a nation that we need to ensure that people become accountable. It's a major problem that even if you challenge somebody to the court and the guy has tremendous money, you see, there's so many areas that we still need to be able to improve ourselves. I can't lose hope, but for me, I have made it clear, if I cannot provide a solution for Nigeria, I will not be a part of the problem. And that is how I've lived my life. So for me, there is nobody that is governor of my state that I cannot speak to. Nobody. I will say my mind. So what is the person going to do? But I heard there is something they call from K now that some people are brandishing and using to arrest people. I have not confirmed that, but some people called me that is happening. So I hope not, because I don't dwell on rumor. And for us, I've been an advocate of state police for a long time. And I'm looking at the 18 or whatever clauses they have now. And how do you prevent people, from abusing that power? Because that has been the major argument against it most of the time. But I think we cannot, because of those who abuse, not provide solutions to our security problems, or not look at the good that will bring to the society. So that's why I'm 100% in support of the state police act, whichever way that can be made to happen in the time that it would actually have an impact on the security challenges that we are facing in this country. I believe this is one of the solutions that Mr. President has put in place. That for me, I cannot fault him, because if I had such opportunity, those are the kind of advice, that I'll be putting forward. That look, if you have this kind of challenge in the country, we are so large in terms of population. Expanse of land too is a sizable thing to cover. By the time, but even if we have all the money in the world, which we do not have, how many drones are we going to be able to, deploy? So I have to give kudos to the military people, the security people, for the difficult job that they're having in terms of this security challenge. But it's been confronted, it's most of the attention is being given to security. I understand for the first time. The budget for the military is so huge, and is on security for most of it. Yes, Steve.
All right, Senator, before we let you go because of time, what will be your next steps now? I noted the fact that you referred to the new buzzword in political circles now, system. We used to hear of structures everywhere, but now it is the system. If the system does not eventually pick you, what will be your next engagement with the system, Senator? I know that you are a loyal party man. There's an election in Ekiti, your state, for the governorship election next Saturday. And of course, the general elections are coming in January and February. So if the system does not take you, I know you're a successful businessman. What will be your future engagement with the system?
Well, let me give you one assurance. I'm a Tinubu's man to the core. I never worked with him, but from the time he was governor in Lagos State, and besides, an American-trained person, just like myself, so we have this special soft spot for for those that have been exposed to the way things work in an advanced country. And so the meticulous way and the policies that is implementing, there is nothing that would shake my confidence in him. And of course, I know any way it goes, I'm still going to vote for Mr. President. In terms of the election, I don't know. I'm waiting for the party at the center, and I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for the chairman and Mr. President to have a pronouncement on this matter. Because if I say the party, here we have a secretary that says he doesn't believe in primaries, went on and the thing went viral. And how do you handle such a situation? So I look at it that I don't have to be a politician. That's the honest to God truth. If my people don't say, we want you to represent us, what would be my business? I'm supposed to be retired, By this year, I'll be 70. So if my people say they want me. And I did everything to ensure, and I've demonstrated that. I've sent videos of all the wards that participated in my election. That quantum of crowd is enough to encourage me that I must be doing something right. If people say, they love me this much. So it was a consolation. But I believe that the party would actually give me my ticket. So I don't have any doubt about that. But for me now, whether I'm just going to be spending my money, no. I will ensure that I develop my business. I have other ways I can help the president, and I have other ways I can help my people. So politics is there. And if you look at it, Steve, I came back to APC since 2015. I've not, what post am I holding? It's not what I'm looking for. So there's nobody that can come and use something. And I've told them, it's only the president that can tell me, go and sit down. Because I have a lot of respect for him, and I know he's a fair-minded person. But any other person calling me that they are doing settlement, those people are wasting their time. And that's the honest to God truth. So for me, I'm waiting for the party to make their decision.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Senator Yariche, we want to thank you for joining us on the morning show today. Thank you for the submission so far.